Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into a topic that's both controversial and eye-opening. We're going to be talking about places that have gotten, let's be honest, right kicking in the press recently. Places that have been labelled rough, bleak, even hopeless. But are these labels fair? Are these places really as bad as some people say? We're counting down the top 5 worst places to live in the UK based on various factors like crime rates, employment opportunities, and overall quality of life. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is going to be heavy, right? And yeah, we're going to be looking at some tough realities, some real struggles that people are facing, but we're also going to try and understand why these places are the way they are, what's happened, what's been going on. Because behind the statistics, behind the headlines, there are always human stories. And it's those stories, those individual experiences that I think are most important. So buckle up, it's going to be a bumpy ride. Right, let's kick things off with Luton, a town that's been making headlines for all the wrong reasons. High crime rates, lack of jobs, struggling high street, you name it. Luton's been tarred with it. And yeah, walking around the town centre, you can see why some people might feel a bit down on their luck. There's a sense maybe that things have seen better days, but here's the thing about Luton, and this goes for all the places on our list. There's always more to the story than meets the eye. Luton's got this incredible history, right? It was a hub for hat making back in the day, even had its own football team in the Premier League not too long ago. And yeah, the town's gone through some rough patches, lost a lot of its industry, seen its fair share of social problems. But scratch beneath the surface and you'll find a community that's fighting back. There's a real sense of pride here, a determination to turn things around. I met this amazing group of women, right, running their own business from a community centre. They were teaching young girls how to sew, how to design clothes, giving them skills and opportunities that might not have had otherwise. And that's what we need to remember, isn't it? It's easy to write off a whole town, a whole community based on a few negative headlines. But there are always people out there doing incredible things, trying to make a difference. Now, I'm not saying that Luton is perfect. It's got its problems just like anywhere else, but it's also got a lot going for it. It's got that community spirit, that fighting spirit that you don't always find in more affluent areas. And who knows, maybe with a bit of investment, a bit of support, Luton can turn things around. Stranger things have happened, right? Next up, we're heading north to Hull, a city that's often painted as a desolate wasteland of unemployment and despair. And look, I'm not gonna lie, Hull's got a bit of an image problem. It's been hit hard by the decline of its fishing industry, and you can still see the scars of that today. But Hull's also a city that's reinventing itself. Back in 2017, it was the UK City of Culture, and that brought a real buzz to the place. They had this amazing program of events, everything from art installations to theatre productions, and it really put Hull on the map. And it wasn't just a flash in the pan either. Hull's got a thriving arts and culture scene with loads of independent galleries, music venues and theatres. And the city centre's got a real buzz about it these days, with new bars and restaurants popping up all the time. Of course, it's not all rosy. Hull's still got its fair share of problems like poverty, crime and deprivation, and a lot of people are struggling to make ends meet. But there's a real sense of resilience here, a determination to overcome these challenges. I spoke to this one bloke, Dave, who ran a boxing gym in one of the most deprived areas of the city. He was using sport to engage with young people, to give them a positive outlet, to steer them away from crime and antisocial behaviour. And he was making a real difference, you know? So yeah, Hull might not be perfect, but it's a city that's on the up. It's got a lot to offer, and I think it's got a bright future ahead of it. Chapter 3, Bradford, City of Dreams or City of Division. Okay, let's talk about Bradford, a city that's often portrayed as a hotbed of racial tension and social unrest. And it's true, Bradford has seen its fair share of challenges over the years. The decline of its textile industry hit the city hard, and there have been some high-profile incidents of racial violence. But to reduce Bradford to these issues is a massive disservice to the city and its people. Bradford has a rich history and a vibrant culture. It was once a global centre for wool production and played a key role in the Industrial Revolution. And today it's home to a diverse population and a thriving arts and culture scene. One of the things I love about Bradford is its sense of community. There's a real sense of people looking out for each other, a sense of shared history and identity. And that's something special, especially in today's world. Yeah, Bradford has its problems like any other city, but it's also a city with a lot to offer. I spent some time at a local youth centre in Bradford, a place where young people from all different backgrounds come together to learn, to socialise, and to have fun. And it was inspiring to see how these young people were breaking down barriers and building bridges. They were the future of Bradford, and they gave me hope for the city. Bradford is a city that's often overlooked, but it's a city that's worth paying attention to. It's a city with a lot of potential, and I'm excited to see what the future holds. Chapter 4, Blackpool's Seaside Escape, or Down on Its Luck. Right, let's be honest. Blackpool's had a rough time of it lately. Once the jewel of the British seaside, it's now become synonymous with, well, stag and hen-dos, cheap booze, and a general feeling of faded glory. And walking down the promenade, you can't help but feel a sense of melancholy. The faded grandeur of the buildings, the empty shops, it's a far cry from Blackpool's heyday. But to write Blackpool off as a lost cause would be a mistake. Beneath the surface, there's a real sense of community spirit, a determination to bring Blackpool back to its former glory. There are people here who are passionate about their town, who believe in its potential, and who are working hard to turn things around. I met with this group of volunteers who were working to restore Blackpool's iconic tower. They were doing it for the love of their town, and their enthusiasm was infectious. And it's not just about nostalgia either. Blackpool has a lot to offer. It's got a stunning coastline, a vibrant nightlife, and a rich history. And let's not forget, it's home to the Blackpool Illuminations, a world-famous spectacle that draws visitors from all over the globe. So yeah, Blackpool's got its problems, but it's also got a lot going for it. And with a bit of luck and a lot of hard work, I think Blackpool can reclaim its title as the Queen of the British Seaside. Chapter 5. Middlesbrough, town on the brink or town on the rise. Last but not least, we come to Middlesbrough, a town that's often portrayed as a symbol of industrial decline and social deprivation. And yeah, Middlesbrough has faced its fair share of challenges. The collapse of the steel industry hit the town hard, and it's still grappling with high levels of unemployment and poverty. But Middlesbrough is also a town that's full of surprises. It's got a strong sense of community, a vibrant arts scene, and a growing reputation as a hub for digital innovation. I spent some time in Middlesbrough's Digital Quarter, a thriving hub for tech startups and creative businesses. And it was amazing to see how these young entrepreneurs were using technology to create jobs and opportunities in a town that's been hit hard by economic change. Middlesbrough is also home to the Tees Transporter Bridge, a stunning feat of engineering that's become a symbol of the town's industrial heritage. And let's not forget the football team, Middlesbrough FC, who have a loyal following and have enjoyed some success in recent years. So yeah, Middlesbrough might not be perfect, but it's a town that's proud of its history, optimistic about its future, and determined to make a name for itself. And there you have it, the top 5 worst places to live in the UK, at least according to the data. But as we've seen, there's always more to the story than meets the eye. These places might have their challenges, but they're also full of resilient, creative, and passionate people who are trying to make a difference. Remember, every place has its challenges, but also its unique qualities and potential for improvement. It's easy to judge a place based on headlines and statistics, but it's much harder to actually go there, to talk to the people who live there, and to understand the complexities of the situation. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more eye-opening content.